All right, you ready? There you go.
Sure.
That's what we need right there.
Sure.
I love it. Hey guys, welcome back to the Stocks and Sandals podcast. We are super excited to be back again. It's been a little bit of a break. We obviously don't have Ace with us, sadly. Unfortunately, he is stuck in Canada and too busy for us because he's competing in the world's strongest man or whatever. But no, we don't have Ace with us today, but we are super excited to have somebody way cooler, way better looking, way better trader, than Ace ever could dream of being. He's going to punch me when he sees me, but it's okay. No, we got Duke with us today. Duke Nukedom, the infamous Duke in the overnight sniper. One of my favorite analysts on our team, exclusive with us now after taking the Discord world by storm, and just kind of killing the game for a long time. You've got a really unique strategy that we'll talk about and stuff. But the Stock Dads community is very familiar with who you are. The outside world is not, because I can't get you on social media. It's like we press record and you're like, ugh! Like you go from, what do I do with my hands?
I don't know what to do.
Super excited to talk with you more, learn about your strategy. It's one of my favorite things about you is how unique your strategy is and how different it is than a lot of people out there right now. And it's kind of the perfect strategy for working dads or people who actually have to do stuff other than be able to sit in front of charts and stuff all day. So yeah, but before we do that, I want to know more about you as a person, who you are, and a little bit about your backstory. Where'd you grow up? Give us the gist. Who's Duke?
So, my mom and dad, when two people love each other very much.
Little ears.
So lived in Guam for most of my life, 23 years. Guam, for those who don't know, right, Guamanians, indigenous people are called Chamorros.
Okay.
Right? And essentially we're just fun-sized Samoans is what I like to say. Right? Just
imagine, snack size.
Just imagine if they cut the rock off at the knees and he stood up, and then that's pretty much how.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. That's really cool. When you came in yesterday, I knew you were you're shorter. I was like, he's so cute. I
didn't know you guys brought your son.
That's funny. Me. I was like, I'm gonna put you in my pocket. Nice.
I did the whole spiel. I tried to do a music career after high school. Guam being such a tiny little spot, there wasn't much opportunity, and so I was just stuck there for a little while. And so. No great paying jobs. I had to do something.
What kind of music? You can't breeze over that you were going for a music career. What were you?
Well, at the time it was reggae music. Guam's predominantly reggae based. Island, right, island style. So I was trying to just do something with that. I wasn't very biased to any single genre, right? I appreciate anything that sounds good. But
you're a singer? Do you have instruments?
No,
or?
I like to think I am. I am when I have enough drinks.
Right.
Yeah, but I'm reminded I'm not after I watch the video.
But you play the guitar, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up in Guam. When did you come to the States?
First time was after I joined. I haven't been outside of Guam for those 23 years.
After you joined what?
The military.
Oh, so you're in the military. You just can breeze over that part. Yeah.
At a certain point, I need to find a way to provide, and what is the most doable route. So I don't know if it's like this for some other places, but on Guam it's very political. Right? You got to know somebody who knows somebody to get you this job over here. And I didn't know nobody.
Right.
So it was Uncle Sam. I knew Uncle Sam at least, and yeah, he decided to help me out for the most part.
Nice. So you're a mechanic in the military, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So was that kind of always the plan when you joined? Did you know what you wanted to do, try things out? How'd that work?
They threw a EOD offer in front of my face.
What is EOD?
Explosive ordnance disposal.
Okay.
So I don't know if you watched the Hurt Locker.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot different now. Everything's just with robots, but they were the guys who used to defuse bombs.
Mm-hmm.
So they threw that in my face, and they're like, "Yeah, all of that." I was like, "Shoot, that's freaking cool, right?" And I've watched all the SEAL Team 6, Submarine, and then all that stuff. I'm for it.
Mm-hmm.
And then come to find out, obviously I wasn't physically prepared to meet those standards, and so they put me on a standstill. Just one day they called me. It was like, hey, we got an offer for you. It's an open mechanical position if you want to ship out, but the catch is it leaves in like 2 days. And I was like, oh shit, let me how are you gonna expect an answer right now? Let me figure my life out real quick.
Right.
And so yeah, it was just a balance, like just, weighing out the options. I was like, all right then. So I ended up taking that, shipped out in like 2 days, and
kind of never looked back. Yeah.
Did not know anything about like a crow's foot wrench or some needle nose pliers, and now I know a little bit.
Enough, right, to get you by. So you mentioned providing for your family. Talk about your family.
So I got, from my side, I got like 3 brothers and 3 sisters. I'm the youngest. Obviously I have a mom and dad. And then I have a wife and 3 kids.
How old?
11, 4, and 2.
Awesome. So, family man.
Mm-hmm.
Working full time in the military. You still work full time in the military, right?
Yes, sir.
So a lot of our listeners may be wondering what the heck you're doing on a trading podcast.
Yeah.
Obviously, those who are in our Discord already and know you as the overnight snipes guy. So you're an incredible trader, and you've kind of built a strategy that allows you to continue doing those things in your life. So talk a little bit about that. What are overnight snipes?
So overnight snipes, essentially, you're just trying to find potentials for either next day continuations or reversals. Ideally, you want to catch the overnight move, like overnight gappers, and the strategy is geared towards that. Mm-hmm. Either you get it in the pre-market session, and then take it at the open, or you just wait for like 15, 30 minutes.
Manage it, right.
Yeah. Near the close, it only takes roughly, after you get proficient, just 10, 15 minutes, if even that.
Yeah, so on the day before, you're spending, 10, 15, 20 minutes analyzing, option or opportunities, buying right before close, and then the next day you're spending usually 10, 15, 30 minutes managing yourself out of that play, whether it's a win or a loss. But so collectively you're spending, about 30 minutes a day roughly, 15 or so at the beginning, 15 or so at the end, give or take a little bit depending on the day and how the play goes. But for the most part, very minimal time requirement for your strategy.
For sure.
Overnight swings, a lot of people say, well, you should holding stuff overnight is really, dangerous because you don't know what happens, or news can drop after hours and there's no way to get out of like stock or whatever. You found a strategy that works consistently and is the right risk reward, ratio. Like you win, you've got a high win rate, but like, even though your win rate isn't necessarily up in the 80s, 90s all the time, sometimes it's 60s, 70s, your win per play, like your average P&L it's monstrous. I mean, like when you win, you usually win pretty big, 100, 200%, or sometimes seeing 700, 1,000%ers, the unicorns or whatever you call them.
Unicorns, yeah.
So what's beautiful about your strategy, in my opinion, is more the time. Like, all of our traders have their strategy and it works, and they're profitable and they found what works for them. But for a lot of our members and people that follow and subscribe to Stock Dads, if they don't have time to learn and like sit and watch charts every day and learn how to become basically a full-time trader, and they don't have the time or the desire to, right? A lot of people love their jobs and don't want to quit. You kind of work perfectly for those people because it's the best of both worlds, which you show because you do it in your own life. It's not hey, I trade full time and don't have another job and I do this, but you could figure out how to fit it in, right? Like, you actually like
Yep.
you're trading from the cockpit of a plane.
Exhibit A.
Like we've got video, like you're trading from your phone or on a bathroom break or whatever. So talk about like how did this strategy come about? Like how'd you learn this strategy? You said you started. Well, we didn't really even talk about how you started trading. We jumped right into this. Man, I'm a terrible
You're
host.
going gung-ho.
How'd you even get into trading to begin with? Like what happened? Like military. And then that's what happened. I got off track. So I was like,
you're
people are
good.
wondering how the heck you got into be a trader. And then I just start ranting about you because I love your strategy so much. But how did you get into trading to begin with? Let's backtrack. And then, all right, how did you get into trading? There you go.
All right. It was in Hawaii. We had some friends over. And then he was, we were talking about it for a little bit. I've known about the stock market for a little bit, but I thought it was, intimidating, right? And then a lot more intensive than it is now.
Mm-hmm.
And then he shows me like what he could, what he like one of his trades, like what he made. And, this was during the Trump pump meme rallies, and I was like, okay, and now it all makes sense. He had all nice car, designer clothing, nice jewelry. I was like, shit, I would like some. I too would like. I would like to indulge.
That seems nice. Yeah.
And so I was hooked, right? So I started getting into it, and got trapped with the memes, right? Just it brought a bad habit, right? It's like one day, okay, you're up. Next day, you're up even more, and then you just build that mentality. It's like, okay, I just let it go.
Yeah, stocks don't go down; they only go up, right?
I just wake up to more money. I guess this is how we're gonna do it, and that's what it was for like 2-3 days, and then boom.
Right.
So once I joined like some Discords when I found out about it, and, doing the following alerts things, and it just wasn't getting any traction. And then I keep seeing these like analysts all consistent and stuff. It's like I can do it. If they can do it, I can do it, right? That kind of thing. And so I was like, okay, I need to stop throwing my money away, and I need to actually just put some time in to learn the thing. So I started taking some mentorship classes. I've started buying books or reading books. I joined like an educational server and all that stuff, just whatever I could get my hands on to help me, and then it all started going from there.
Mm-hmm. So the same journey that a lot of people go through is you started seeking out resources and stuff to learn, and once you finally invested the time and the money and the into your education and into yourself, that's when you really started to see a shift. You learned other people's strategies, you learned whatever, but then you found something that worked for you, because even going through those classes, you were finding that the strategies, while they were good and profitable for who was teaching them, didn't work for you personally. So talk a little bit about that.
So it started out with the day trading thing, right? But I couldn't keep up with it. Hawaii market opens around 4:30. So I'd be up, an hour before to prep, all the pre-market levels, all that other stuff, and it just wasn't doable. And so this place I was in, they kept preaching on volume and price, mainly price, saying that price is fractal, meaning you can read the information similarly from a 5-minute and then from a daily or a 1 hour. And so that got me thinking, right? Obviously, the higher the time frame, the longer the move, and the more aggressive. And so what I did is I just started fiddling. There's and just implementing, right, some basic day trading strategies onto a bigger time frame, and then things just started clicking from there. And the reason why I had to start going that route was obviously out of necessity, right? I still wanted some skin in the game, but I just couldn't do the day trading thing. I didn't have the time on the charts just because one, it would just be too early, and then two, I'd be at work. So this was like my little common ground there. I was able to get some
the best
skin
of both
in.
worlds. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, you get to continue to enjoy the benefits of your full-time job. You're in the military, so obviously that comes with great benefits as well. And you enjoy what you do. But that doesn't mean you can't still make money in the stock market. So you found a way to do both. So talk about how, like, what trading has done for you personally. I mean, you found that strategy that for you works. You can analyze your charts on your own. You don't have to follow people's alerts. You do it when you get a chance. You look, you buy, and you enjoy the market. And you enjoy the stuff that comes with it. So what does come with it? I mean, like, how's your life better now because you stuck with it and you decided to do both?
Well, biggest thing is just the sense of, accomplishment, right? Like having set myself to achieve this and be able to get to this point. Just that achievement giving me that motivation to, just be better at something, right? Try to better yourself. But lifestyle wise, right? Obviously, my wife loves it, right? Considering all the Target trips. But it's sets me at ease just knowing that the kids are taken care of, right? Back before I joined, right? Obviously, financials weren't as great, and so being able to have something to provide. It's funny because I get a little bit of imposter syndrome, right? Just because I'm not in front of the screens all the time, and it takes like 30 minutes total most days, and so I get a little bit of imposter syndrome, and I'm like, it's like, who would have thought? It's like everything just
right, kind of like a too good to be true
yeah.
situation. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm grateful.
Totally understand that. But time freedom, financial freedom, I've loved watching you and your story evolve over the past few years. And I don't know if I mentioned this, but you were the first analyst outside of Fuzz that I went after aggressively to bring in as an exclusive stock dad analyst, our grill masters, and then we went on to get Ace and the others. But you were the first one, and that's because you're my favorite analyst to follow. You know what I mean? It's given me extra residual income with minimal effort and minimal time because I'm focused on growing stock dads and building the business and being a dad and still trying to have some sort of life and trying to lose weight and get in the gym. Time is sparse, and scarce. Time is scarce, right? It's hard to come by. Watching you in other servers, I was like, I gotta have this guy, and then once we got you in, and I was like, I gotta have him exclusive now because he's the best of the best. Nobody can do what you do. So, but no, I think it's cool, and you're such a humble, down to earth guy too. Getting to know you and having you come out here, you're so unassuming, but that you're just a freaking badass trader. You're a cool dude, and it's been really cool to get to know that about you. And a lot of our people in our Discord, they see your alerts, they see your success, they see your stats, they see your metrics, they know you're active in chats, you're talking to people, but they don't get a chance to really interact with you much because you're working and you're not doing live trading like Ace does or whatever, so they don't get a chance to really sit down and talk to you as much. So I'm interested to know what's your experience been trading in the stock dads community? What do you enjoy about it? Has it been helpful for you? What do you want to say to the members who don't know much about you on a personal aspect?
Yeah, as far as the community overall, I feel like it's well versed. Everybody, there's always your handful of like, for lack of a better term, because I can't think of one right now, noobs,
Mm-hmm.
right? But there's a great amount of people who know their way around like a chart, right? Know their way around like some options. So it's just really nice to surround myself with like-minded people,
Mm-hmm.
who are trying to chase for the same thing, and then plus just the way the overall thing is run,
Mm-hmm.
right? You do a phenomenal job just making sure everything's going as smooth as possible. Not to mention, not to discredit like Lear and
Yeah, it's
and
not
Pepper.
me. It's definitely
Yeah.
it's Lear Dog and it's
Well, when I
Hoosier,
say
Kia.
him, I meant like
yeah,
everything
like
from the
our
from the-
team.
yeah.
The team.
So-
We've got a great team and we've got an amazing staff. I appreciate that, and it's that's what we strive for is to make it a good experience and stuff. Like we have made intentional decisions to go after the best traders that we can find, and not necessarily the best on social media.
Mhm.
Because as you know, I harass you constantly to try and get you to make social media videos. Because like if I just want to share you with the world, right? But we go after the best traders, right? And then like we do the marketing, the hard part, trying to get people to realize how good you guys are, without you getting on social media. So, get on social media. I'm just kidding. But that's what we do strive to have, like, the best team of actual traders and not the ones that just are good on camera, right? I mean, you're a good-looking dude. You're cool, but, like, as soon as, I guess, earlier, we press record, and you're like, oh, what do I do with my hands?
Man.
No, so I appreciate that, and you're an amazing part of the team, and the people love you, and we've got some pretty exciting stuff coming up for you. So
Yes, sir.
we're actually going to be running your first ever Mastermind. So we just finished up Ace's Mastermind. The students loved it. The feedback was awesome. It's such a valuable experience, and you've taught one-on-one classes before, and but you're kind of moving away from that, and we're moving into doing a mastermind so you can help more people at once, and because again, time is valuable, right? Like it's tough to do one-on-one classes and still be a parent and trade and do all these. So like, but we want to help people, and so we're gonna do a mastermind course. It's gonna be sweet. I've seen the material. I'm excited to take it with you guys. But talk about that. Like, what are you excited about? About this mastermind, where you're going to basically pour everything that's in your head out live, in sessions with your students.
The main thing is just to show a perspective on trading that not a lot of people like think about, right? You see stock market, you see trading, you see all these videos, and then you get thrown with indicators, all of this other stuff. I was like, you don't, it doesn't have to be hard, right? It doesn't have to be complicated, right? It's simple works. So that's the thing I'm most excited about, just showing everybody's like, there was a few sessions I did where they're like, all right, you're just pulling my arm. Where's the rest of it? I was like, it doesn't have to be that crazy. It doesn't have to be that crazy. I mean, you've seen it. Like, go check it for yourself.
Yeah. I'll verify, like, because I do my due diligence, and when I was trying to decide if I wanted to run a mastermind with you and have Stock Dads endorse it and all that stuff. So I reached out to, I asked the group kind of who has worked with, Duke one-on-one past, and I had asked you who were some of your former students, and then I reached out to them and just asked for their feedback, and in private messages, so not, where they could be publicly skewing or anything, but people were just raving about you. I had several people say that like their sessions with you were like the moment where things shifted for them, where they realized like that, like this is something that I can actually do. It's possible, it's attainable, and your outlook on and your strategy, but like your just outlook on the market, like changed their whole perspective of trading in general, and it went from becoming something that's like like you said, big and scary, to something that's like it's not, it's something that you as a father of 3 working full-time in the Air Force, which is probably not an easy job to like mess around in. Like you can't, goof off in the Air Force without, getting probably yelled at pretty hard or whatever.
For sure.
And then you're also a professional guitarist, but you're still making bank with the stock market in minimal time. So I think it's a huge opportunity for whoever signs up for your classes. There's going to be an application process, as always with the masterminds, because we got to make sure that the people that want to join are the right fit, that they have the right intentions in learning, and we don't take everybody, because then you can't give your attention to everybody. We've got a lot of people on the wait list already. Over I want to say over 1,500 people last time I checked. So like we've got a lot of people that are very interested. It's going to be an exclusive experience. There's going to be an application process, but that's just because it would be a disservice to the students if we took everybody too, because then you can't give attention to that many people. But so because if you aren't on the wait list, stockdads.com/Duke Mastermind waitlist. But we'll put it on the screen. We'll put it in the link in the bio. But get on the wait list if you aren't already, to get like the priority updates. We'll send out information about like when the application process is going live, when the classes will start, what time classes will be, and all the other benefits that come with being part of the mastermind other than just the classes, because there's a lot more to the mastermind program. It's a comprehensive deal than just classes.
Yeah. Way more.
But super excited to run that with you, and I think you're going to change a lot of people's lives with the information that you have to share. I've seen the material, I've seen the slides, because we design and make them look pretty and stuff, and like I can't wait to go through it myself, because I'm looking at the slides too, and I'm thinking like, wow, like some of those light bulbs are going off in my head just from reading the bullet points on the slides, so I can't imagine what it's going to do to actually hear you teach it and explain it thoroughly, and to be in a community with the other students who are all kind of learning the same thing. And I don't know, it's going to be a pretty powerful experience, I think.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
It's going to be great.
Are you excied for it?
Yeah.
This will be your first one.
I probably might have to drink a beer or something just so I don't, get loosey-goosey.
Once you're in your element, you'll do great.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm hopefully excited.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome, and I'm gonna take it with you guys, and it's I don't know, it's gonna be really cool. I know Aces was he knocked it out of the park, as we would expect, right? Nobody's surprised there. His students, rave about it. He's gonna be running another one at some point in the future as well, but it's just it's a really cool program, and it feels like ACES students, like I see them already, they're like their own little mini family, right? Like they're sharing their own trading ideas now. We had members that were taking the initiative to start group study classes in between ACES classes, so they could get together, review the materials together. It was basically like going back to college, where you group projects and you learn, and which may be triggering to some people who don't want to, but they didn't have to. It was just like an opportunity to like get together, brainstorm, and review things, make sure that they all were understanding things the same way. It's just been really cool to see that like little community develop, and I just know based on your following and how people like love you, and just the reactions alone when we announced that you were going to have a mastermind, that you're going to have an awesome little, Duke community as well, and it's going to be really cool. So,
yeah. My analogy for it is like, just think of like an egg, and then in like most classes, they just put the egg in the incubator. They wait till the freaking thing hatches, and then that's it.
Right.
But like, this is like, you ever seen that kid like grow a chicken? Grow a chicken?
Nope.
It's just like like when you're talking about it, I just remembered like this kid grew a freaking chicken from an egg yolk, and then he kept like feeding it. Like we make you into a chicken. essentially.
Guys, this is not an endorsement of what he's going to be teaching in the class. I think. No. But that's hilarious.
Somebody's got to watch the video, please.
Everybody's sitting there watching this like, shit. Well, I was gonna sign up, but can I take my name off the wait list? I was just talking about growing chickens and shit. Like, no, that's funny. Like your strategy is just so powerful for our community because of we geared ourselves towards dads, and like a lot of these other communities out there are, gearing themselves towards like these young 20 somethings don't really have necessarily like a family to support yet, or like they're young, single, hungry type stuff, and like that works, right? And that's great. And if you're listening and that's you, that's still great, right? I mean, but like we gear ourselves towards parents, towards working like adults, and those people have responsibilities, and your strategy is just so friendly to that type of person, because that's the type of person that you are. You said something, we were talking before we started recording, and you said something, a Bill Gates quote, and I loved it. And what was that? It was kind of the lazy man or whatever. What was that?
You don't want to hear the chicken thing again?
No. I don't want to hear any more about chickens, please.
It's basically about my approach to a lot of things. It was after reading this Bill Gates quote. It's some iteration of it, but essentially he got asked if he would rather have a lazy person do a job or a hardworking person do a job, and he said, "I'd prefer the lazy one because he'd find a way to get it done faster." Right?
Find the easiest way, quickest way to do it.
And so
that's so smart. I mean, you think about it, and it seems counterintuitive, but it really is true. Like if you, not that you're lazy, obviously, because you're running around all over the place, but the concept is like, you want to find the easiest, like lowest path or least path of resistance way to achieve that success.
Simplicity.
And it seems like you found that, and it's been working for years. I mean, and it's gone through the, different market cycles, and it kind of keeps working. And like every month, your stats come out, and I'm like, damn, this dude had an average P&L of over 100% again, or it's crazy. So it's anybody watching knows, man is one of the goats right here. So. Oh gosh, we got chickens, goats, we got a whole farm going on here. But no, this is fun, man. I really appreciate you spending the time, talking to us today. Love having you in the community. Really appreciate what you do, and really excited to see what you do with the Mastermind and moving forward as you continue to, grow as a trader and a father and guitarist. But no, thank you. Appreciate you for what you do.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, I mean, if you weren't such a great salesman, right? I also wouldn't be here. So, well, I'm glad I took that step and had that opportunity. You said, a lot of things would change with the shift over. A lot, especially with ease of life, right? Obviously, because maybe I'm too lax now that no social media has been happening. But yeah, man, I'm really grateful for the opportunity, just everything, being out here.
Good.
Seeing, where I was to where I am now, and where, you're pushing everyone in the team to be.
I appreciate that.
I'm thankful to be a part of it.
So if you're an analyst that's in another server and you're listening, Duke just gave you a sales pitch. You want to come be an exclusive with Stock Dads, we make your life easier right now.
Yes, sir.
But no, man, appreciate you. Thank you for everything. Thank you guys for watching and listening. If you haven't already joined our Stock Dads Discord community, check it out. Honestly, like we have Duke, we've got Ace, we've got traders that are just out of this world. We've intentionally seeked out the best traders, the most profitable traders, consistent traders that have done this, consistently and we've put them all on our team, and you can learn from all of them, whether it's Duke, or if Duke's strategy doesn't work for you, then you got Ace to try. If Ace doesn't try Fuzz, Amar, Lady, all of them. We've just got an incredible team. Join our Discord, try it out, learn, go through all of our educational materials, and the value is there, the resources are there. It's really just up to you if you want to use them or not. But subscribe, all that fun jazz. Follow us on socials. Follow Duke and DM him and tell him to start making some gosh darn, reels or something so we can share them with the world and help make my marketing job a little bit easier. But no, we love you, bro. Thank you. And sorry Ace couldn't be here, but actually also you're welcome that you didn't have to deal with Ace. So but we'll talk to you guys next time. Thank you for watching, listening to Stocks and Sandals podcast, and we will catch you guys next time because that's my alarm. So it's time to go.
Yes, sir. Watch the chicken video.
Peace. That was good.